History's most enigmatic and feared groups, the Hashashin, also known as real-life assassins, origins begins in the heart of the 9th century. The Ismaili movement, an offshoot of Shia Islam, starts to take shape around 874 CE. This movement followed the teachings of Ismail ibn Jafar, emphasizing a unique blend of spiritual purity and political activism. The Ismailis sought to establish a community grounded in justice and righteousness, standing in stark contrast to the dominant Sunni caliphate. Fast forward to the year 1090 CE, a time of great turmoil and fragmentation within the Islamic world. Amidst this chaos, a man named Hassan-i Sabbah emerges. A brilliant strategist and devout Ismaili, Hassan-i Sabbah seized upon the opportunity to carve out a stronghold for his followers. High in the remote mountains of Persia, Hassan-i Sabbah laid eyes on the formidable fortress of Alamut. Perched like an eagle's nest, this citadel was to become the epicenter of a new era of Ismaili resistance. With cunning and determination, Hassan secured Alamut, transforming it into the impenetrable headquarters of the Hashashin under Hassan's leadership. The Hashashin, or assassins, as they would come to be known, established a network of fortresses across Persia and Syria. Their influence spread far and wide, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies through their unparalleled skills in espionage and targeted assassination. Unlike common brigands, the Hashashin were strategic and meticulous. Their targets were often high-profile political and military leaders, chosen to create maximum impact. The very presence of an assassin within striking distance of a leader sowed fear and uncertainty, undermining the stability of entire regimes. One of the most notable early targets of the Hashashin was Nizam al-Mulk, the formidable vizier of the Seljuk Empire. On the fateful night of October 14, 1092, Nizam al-Mulk was travelling with the Seljuk Sultan, Malik Shah Fur. They were en route to Baghdad, and the vizier had set up his camp near the town of Nahavand. It was here, amidst the relative tranquility of his tent, that the Hashashin struck the assassin, disguised as a Sufi mystic, managed to gain entry into Nizam al-Mulk's tent under the pretense of seeking an audience with the vizier. This disguise played into the spiritual and intellectual climate of the time, where mystics often wandered freely and were granted audiences with powerful figures. Once inside, the assassin patiently waited for the opportune moment. As Nizam al-Mulk engaged in discussion with his advisors, the assassin struck with lethal precision. Drawing a hidden dagger, he lunged at the vizier, delivering a fatal blow. Assassination was executed with such speed and efficiency that it left the vizier's guards and advisors in a state of shock. By the time they reacted, the assassin had already vanished into the night, leaving behind a scene of chaos and confusion. Nizam al-Mulk's assassination was a clear message from the Hashashin. It underscored their reach and the effectiveness of their methods, which combined meticulous planning, disguise, and psychological manipulation to achieve their ends. From 1100 to 1200 CE, the Hashashin became infamous for their use of targeted assassinations as a political weapon. Their reach extended across the Islamic world and beyond, striking fear into the hearts of leaders and rulers, including those from the Crusader states. In 1101, the Hashashin targeted Abul Fath al-Mustali, a Fatimid prince. This assassination was part of the broader conflict within the Ismaili community and the Fatimid Caliphate, showcasing the sectarian strife of the period. The elimination of al-Mustali underscored the internal power struggles that defined the era. By 1138, the Hashashin's focus had shifted back to the Seljuk Empire. Mu'in al-Din, a prominent Seljuk official, became another victim of their precise and deadly methods. His assassination was a calculated move to destabilize the Seljuk rule, further demonstrating the Hashashins' strategic approach to undermining their enemies. In 1152, the Hashashin extended their reach into the Crusader states by targeting Raymond II, the Count of Tripoli. This act demonstrated their influence on the political landscape of the Levant, striking at the heart of Crusader power and showcasing their ability to impact the broader conflict between the Muslim and Crusader factions. Throughout the 12th century, the Hashashin perfected their methods of assassination, utilizing espionage and psychological warfare to disrupt the political and military stability of their adversaries. Their actions not only altered the course of individual lives, but also shaped the broader historical and political landscape of the Middle East. In 1256 CE, the Mongols, under the command of Hulagu Khan, launched a relentless campaign against the Hashashin. Their objective was clear: to dismantle the network of fortresses that had been the backbone of Hashashin power for nearly 2 centuries. The siege of Alamut was a brutal and decisive encounter. The fortress, long thought impregnable, faced the full might of the Mongol army. Despite the valiant efforts of its defenders, Alamut and other Hashashin strongholds in Persia fell to the Mongol onslaught. Rukn al-Din Kursha, the last Grand Master of Alamut, ultimately surrendered to the Mongols. His surrender marked the end of an era. However, his fate was sealed. Despite initial promises of safety, he was eventually killed, a final act in the dismantling of the Hashashin power structure. The Mongols' campaign against the Hashashins was thorough and unforgiving, leaving little trace of the once mighty sect. And there you have it, the history of the Hashashins, history's real assassins. For more content like this, comment, like and subscribe to Chrono Tales.